chosen one. Right at this very moment, someone who once meant everything to you is sitting alone in a darkened room, phone trembling in their hands, scrolling through your contact information for the 100th time today. Their finger hovers over the call button, then pulls back, hovers again, then retreats. This has been going on for hours, and with each failed attempt to reach out to you, the weight of what they have done grows heavier, more unbearable, more terrifying. But here is what you need to understand. This isn't about remorse for hurting you. This is pure, primal fear. Because in the last 72 hours, their entire world has begun to collapse in ways that defy logical explanation, and they know with absolute certainty that it is connected to what they did to you. 3 days ago, they received the first letter. Not an email, not a text, but an official letter from a law firm they had never heard of, requesting documentation related to financial transactions from 18 months ago. Transactions they thought were buried so deep that no one would ever find them. They threw that letter away, convinced it was a mistake, a coincidence, nothing to worry about. Yesterday, their bank account was frozen. No warning, no explanation, just a cold notification that all assets were under temporary hold, pending an investigation. When they called the bank, the representative wouldn't provide details, only that it was related to a federal inquiry. Federal, that word hung in the air like a death sentence. This morning, they discovered that 2 other people from their inner circle, people who were part of the same conspiracy against you, had also received letters, one from the IRS, another from the State Attorney General's office. The pattern was unmistakable, undeniable, and absolutely terrifying. Now they understand. The universe isn't just watching, it is actively dismantling everything they built on the foundation of your betrayal. Let me take you back to where this all began. Chosen one, because you deserve to know the full scope of what was done to you. Approximately 2 years ago, someone who knew you well, someone you trusted implicitly, attended a meeting they never told you about. It wasn't a casual gathering. It was a calculated assembly of individuals who shared one common trait. They couldn't stand watching you succeed. The meeting took place in a private room at an upscale restaurant. 7 people attended. Each one had their own reasons for wanting to see you fail. Some were envious of your professional achievements. Others resented the respect and admiration you commanded in your community. A few were simply threatened by your authenticity, your refusal to compromise your values for acceptance or approval. But envy alone doesn't create conspiracy. What transformed casual resentment into organized betrayal was money, specifically an inheritance that was legally and rightfully yours, but which others believed they could claim if you were sufficiently isolated, discredited, or emotionally destabilized. The plan they devised was sophisticated. First, they would systematically remove your support system. Every close friend, every trusted confidant, every family member who genuinely cared about your well-being. They would approach each person individually with a combination of financial incentives and carefully crafted lies about your character. The lies were particularly cruel because they were designed to make people doubt their own positive experiences with you. We have noticed concerning behaviors. We are worried about their mental state. For their own good, sometimes the kindest thing is to create distance. The manipulation was so subtle, so psychologically refined, that some people genuinely believed they were helping you by abandoning you. Your former best friend. They received $5,000 and a promise of future business connections. The payment was disguised as a consulting fee for a project that never existed. What they had to do in return was simple: gradually reduce contact with you, cancel plans, stop responding to messages, and when directly asked, express vague concerns about your recent behavior. Your cousin, who suddenly became distant. They were offered help with their mortgage payments, 3 months' worth, in exchange for spreading specific rumors about you at family gatherings. Nothing too dramatic, just subtle suggestions that you had been acting strange, making poor decisions, possibly dealing with issues you weren't being honest about. Even that colleague who abruptly turned cold after years of friendship received compensation. In their case, it was a promotion they had been passed over for 3 times. Suddenly, inexplicably, it was theirs. All they had to do was publicly distance themselves from you and decline to support you when you needed professional backing for an important project. One by one, your circle contracted, and each time someone disappeared from your life, you questioned yourself. What had you done wrong? Why were people pulling away? Were you somehow the problem? That self-doubt, that isolation, that emotional devastation, it was all engineered, deliberately, ruthlessly, for profit. But while they were executing their plan to destroy your support system, they made a catastrophic miscalculation. They assumed that isolation would weaken you. They believed that removing human connection would leave you vulnerable, desperate, easily manipulated. What they failed to understand is that chosen ones don't operate under normal spiritual rules. When you strip away earthly support from someone under divine protection, you don't make them weaker. You force them into complete reliance on supernatural strength. And supernatural strength doesn't just sustain, it transforms, elevates, and ultimately weaponizes the very isolation that was meant to destroy you. During those months when you felt most alone, when you couldn't understand why everyone was abandoning you, something profound was happening in the unseen realms. Every prayer you whispered in desperation, every tear you cried in confusion, every moment you chose to keep going, despite the pain, all of it was being recorded in the cosmic ledger, and cosmic ledgers always balance. The spiritual forces assigned to protect you don't experience compassion for those who harm their charge. They don't consider circumstances, motivations, or whether someone was just following orders. Their function is absolute: identify threats to the chosen one and neutralize them completely. Right now, as I am telling you this, those spiritual forces are systematically working through the list of everyone who participated in your betrayal. The documentation they are compiling isn't just spiritual, it is manifesting in the physical realm as evidence that human authorities can use. Bank records that show suspicious transfers, digital communications that reveal the conspiracy, paper trails that lead directly to fraud, identity theft, and financial crimes. The person who provided your personal information to the conspiracy is about to face charges that carry a minimum sentence of 5 years in federal prison. They used your social security number to open credit accounts. They forged your signature on documents attempting to redirect inheritance funds. They created false affidavits claiming you were mentally incompetent to handle your own affairs. Every single one of these actions left a digital footprint, and those footprints are being followed by forensic accountants who specialize in financial fraud, by FBI agents who handle identity theft cases, and by prosecutors who have a 94% conviction rate. These aren't possibilities, chosen one. These are certainties already in motion. But the legal consequences, devastating as they will be, are merely the earthly reflection of the spiritual judgment that has been rendered. In the supernatural realm, the sentence is far more comprehensive. It doesn't just target the individual perpetrators, it extends to every area of their lives and everyone connected to them. The person who orchestrated the meeting where your destruction was planned, their business, which had been thriving for 12 years, filed for bankruptcy last week, not because of economic conditions or market changes, but because key clients suddenly terminated contracts, suppliers demanded immediate payment for outstanding invoices, and 3 of their most important employees quit without notice. In the span of 2 weeks, a multi-million-dollar operation became worthless. The family member who spread rumors about your mental state, they have been diagnosed with a stress-related condition that is causing memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and chronic anxiety. The irony isn't lost on anyone paying attention. The lies they told about your mental health are now manifesting as actual problems in their own mind. The friend who took money to ghost you, their marriage is ending, not because of normal marital problems, but because their spouse had a dream, a vivid, undeniable dream, revealing the betrayal. In that dream, they saw the exact amount of money that exchanged hands, the date it was deposited, and the specific lies that were told about you. When they woke up and checked their spouse's bank records, everything from the dream was accurate, documented, undeniable. This is how divine justice operates. Chosen one, it doesn't just punish the action, it exposes the heart. It doesn't just bring consequences, it reveals truth in ways that human investigation never could. Dreams, intuitions, coincidental discoveries, these are all tools in the arsenal of cosmic correction. You might be wondering why you are learning about this now. Why is this information coming to you at this specific moment? The answer is both simple and profound, because the cycle of revelation has begun, and you need to be prepared for what is about to unfold. In the next 30 to 60 days, you are going to start receiving phone calls, messages, and possibly in-person visits from people you haven't heard from in months or even years. Some will be genuinely remorseful, broken by the weight of what they have done and the consequences they are experiencing. Others will be calculating, trying to manipulate you one more time, hoping that if they can secure your forgiveness, they might somehow stop the avalanche of judgment that is burying them. You need to understand something crucial. Your forgiveness, while spiritually important for your own peace, will not stop what is coming to them. The wheels of cosmic justice don't reverse because someone apologizes. The legal cases being built don't disappear because someone feels sorry. The spiritual consequences don't vanish because tears are shed. This isn't cruelty, this is balance. This is the universe demonstrating that there are certain lines that cannot be crossed without severe repercussions, and conspiring to destroy a chosen one is at the very top of that list. Some of them will try to blame others, claiming they were pressured or manipulated into participating. I didn't want to do it, but they convinced me you were actually a bad person. I was just following along. I didn't realize how serious it was. They told me the money was for something else. I didn't know it was to betray you. These excuses are irrelevant to cosmic law. Each person made a choice. Each person had free will. Each person decided that whatever they were offered was worth more than loyalty, integrity, and basic human decency. Now each person will learn what their choice actually cost them. The ringleader of this conspiracy, the person who initiated the meeting and coordinated the payments, is experiencing something that psychiatrists would classify as a complete psychological breakdown. They are not sleeping more than 2 or 3 hours a night. When they do sleep, they are tormented by nightmares so vivid and terrifying that they wake up screaming. In these nightmares, they see you, not as you were when they knew you, but as you truly are, a being of light protected by forces they cannot comprehend, surrounded by spiritual warriors whose purpose is your protection and their destruction. They have tried medication, therapy, meditation, even reaching out to spiritual practitioners from various traditions, trying to find relief. Nothing works, because what they are experiencing isn't a medical condition or psychological disorder. It is a spiritual response to spiritual transgression. They violated cosmic law, and cosmic law is extracting payment directly from their peace of mind. Their family members have noticed the change, children asking why mom or dad seems so scared all the time. spouses witnessing the night terrors and demanding answers that cannot be given because the truth is too shameful, too damning, too utterly devastating to speak aloud. How do you explain to people you love that you are being haunted by the consequences of destroying an innocent person's life for money? Meanwhile, chosen one, while all of this chaos and destruction swirls around those who betrayed you, your own life has been on an entirely different trajectory. Think about what has happened for you over the past 12 months. Professional opportunities that seemed to come out of nowhere, financial improvements that defied your expectations, new relationships with people who value and respect you authentically, creative breakthroughs that have elevated your work to new levels. You might have attributed these positive changes to your own effort, resilience, or luck. And yes, your character and perseverance played a role. But there is a deeper truth. While your enemies were plotting your destruction, the universe was orchestrating your elevation. Every door they tried to close, a better door opened. Every relationship they corrupted, a more authentic relationship formed. Every resource they tried to block, a more abundant resource appeared. This is the pattern of divine protection. It doesn't just defend, it promotes. It doesn't just shield, it elevates. The same spiritual forces that are bringing judgment on your betrayers are simultaneously engineering advancement in your life, the inheritance they tried to steal. You are going to receive not just what was legally yours, but additional financial restitution for the fraud they attempted. The career opportunities they tried to sabotage, you are being positioned for roles that are significantly more influential and lucrative than what they tried to prevent. The reputation they tried to destroy. You are about to receive public recognition that will establish your credibility beyond any shadow of doubt. In approximately 3 to 4 weeks, there is going to be a very public exposure of this entire conspiracy. The mechanism of exposure is already in motion, though you cannot see it yet. It might come through media coverage of the legal cases being filed. It might emerge through social media when someone involved can no longer bear the weight of their guilt and confesses publicly. It might surface through professional networks when the financial fraud is uncovered and documented. However it happens, the exposure will be comprehensive, detailed, and impossible to dismiss or minimize. Every person who doubted you, everyone who believed the lies, everyone who turned away when you needed support, they are all going to learn the truth. And many of them are going to feel profound shame for their judgment, their assumptions, their willingness to believe the worst without seeking your side of the story. This vindication isn't primarily for your ego or your reputation. Though both will certainly benefit, the deeper purpose is educational. Your story is going to serve as a warning and a teaching tool for others. It will demonstrate that conspiracy against innocent people carries real consequences. It will show that truth eventually surfaces, no matter how deeply buried. It will prove that there are still forces in this universe that defend justice, protect the vulnerable, and punish the wicked. Now, I need to address something that you might be feeling as you process all of this information. You might be experiencing a mix of emotions: vindication, anger, sadness, perhaps even some unexpected sympathy for the people who are suffering consequences for their actions against you. All of these feelings are valid and human. You are allowed to feel relief that you weren't crazy, that your instincts about being betrayed were accurate. You are allowed to feel anger about the calculated cruelty that was directed at you. You are allowed to feel sadness about the loss of relationships you valued, even if those relationships turned out to be based on deception. And yes, you are even allowed to feel some compassion for the suffering that your betrayers are experiencing, because that compassion is a sign of your spiritual maturity and inherent goodness. Their willingness to hurt you for profit demonstrates their character. Your ability to feel empathy, despite their betrayal, demonstrates yours. But compassion doesn't mean rescuing them from consequences. Empathy doesn't mean interfering with justice. Understanding their fear doesn't mean you should prevent the natural results of their choices. Some lessons can only be learned through experience, and these individuals are in the midst of a teaching that will either transform them completely or destroy them utterly. Either outcome serves the greater balance. Your role in all of this is not to judge, not to orchestrate revenge, not to gloat over their downfall. Your role is to continue being exactly who you were before they betrayed you, authentic, principled, focused on your purpose, and committed to your growth. Their destruction doesn't require your participation. The universe has it handled. What you should focus on is preparing for the next phase of your journey, because everything you have experienced, all the pain and isolation and confusion, has been refining you for something significant. Chosen ones aren't protected and elevated randomly. There is always a purpose, always a mission that requires exactly the kind of strength and character that is developed through trials, like what you have endured. In the coming months, you are going to encounter opportunities that seemed impossible a year ago. People who are leaders in your field are going to seek you out, wanting to collaborate, mentor, or support your work. Resources that seemed scarce are going to flow to you with surprising ease. Doors that were previously locked are going to swing open without you even having to knock. This isn't reward for suffering. This is positioning for purpose. You were isolated so you would learn to stand alone. You were tested so you would discover your true strength. You were betrayed so you would recognize authentic loyalty when it appears. Every painful experience has been preparing you for what comes next. And what comes next is significant. I cannot give you all the details because part of your journey is discovering them yourself. But I can tell you this. Your influence is about to expand dramatically. Your voice is about to reach people who desperately need to hear your message. Your work is about to impact lives in ways you haven't yet imagined. The conspiracy against you wasn't random. Those people didn't target you because you were weak or easy to manipulate. They targeted you precisely because they could sense your potential, your destiny, your importance. They recognized, even if subconsciously, that you were someone who would make a difference, and they wanted to stop you before you could fully step into that role. They failed. Not only did they fail to stop you, but their attempt to destroy you has actually accelerated your development. The isolation forced you to develop inner strength. The betrayal taught you discernment. The financial attack made you more resourceful. The reputation damage made you less concerned with others' opinions and more focused on authentic truth. You are stronger now than you were before they moved against you. You are wiser now. You are more focused. You are clearer about who you are and what you stand for. And that strength, wisdom, focus, and clarity are about to be directed toward purposes that will reshape your entire field of influence. So when those phone calls come, when those confessions arrive, when the public exposure happens and people start apologizing for doubting you, receive it all with grace, but without attachment. You don't need their validation anymore. You have learned to validate yourself. You don't need their approval anymore. You have learned that cosmic approval is the only kind that truly matters. And when the legal cases conclude, when the sentences are handed down, when the full weight of earthly and spiritual consequences becomes publicly visible, don't allow yourself to be defined by their punishment. You are not the person who was betrayed. You are the person who survived betrayal and emerged transformed. Their story ends in judgment. Yours is just beginning a new chapter of unprecedented impact and influence. One final thing, chosen one. In the midst of all this revelation about conspiracy and coming justice, don't lose sight of the most important truth. You were never actually alone. Even in your darkest moments, When it seemed like everyone had abandoned you, you were surrounded by protection you couldn't see. Spiritual forces were guarding you, orchestrating circumstances for your benefit, and preparing the very justice that is now unfolding. The feeling of isolation was real, but the reality of abandonment was illusion. You were, at all times, held by something far more reliable than human loyalty. You were protected by cosmic law, defended by spiritual warriors, and guided by divine intelligence that saw the entire picture when you could only see your immediate pain. That protection continues. As you move forward into this next phase, as opportunities expand and influence grows, as new people enter your circle and new challenges emerge, that same protection remains active, vigilant, and absolutely uncompromising in its commitment to your well-being and your purpose. The universe has invested too much in your development to allow your destruction now. You are too important to what is coming. Your voice is too necessary. Your work is too crucial. Your presence in this world serves purposes that extend far beyond your individual life, touching communities you haven't met yet, influencing systems you haven't engaged yet, creating ripples that will extend far beyond your lifetime. This is what it means to be a chosen one. Not that you are better than others, but that you have been selected for specific purpose. Not that you are immune to pain, but that your pain serves transformation. Not that you will not face opposition, but that opposition against you triggers consequences that serve as warnings to others about the cost of standing against divine purpose. Walk forward with confidence. Chosen one. The worst is behind you. The conspiracy is exposed, justice is being served, and your true journey is just now beginning. Everything you need for what is coming has been developed through everything you have survived. Trust the process. Trust the protection. And most importantly, trust yourself, because you have been proven worthy of the assignment you carry. The revelation is here. The vindication is coming. The next chapter awaits, and it is going to be extraordinary. If this message resonated with you, if you recognized your own story in these words, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. We are building a community of chosen ones who understand these spiritual dynamics, who have survived betrayal and emerged stronger, and who are stepping into their true purpose. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we navigate this extraordinary journey together. Your story isn't over, it is just getting started.